Charlotte. It's very cool to be back at this library. I had a work-study job here decades ago. It was a really nice job, and I made so many delicious discoveries in the shelves, and I imagine those books are still here. I'd like to read this little pamphlet, The Ibises. It was an issue of the Swan, and I just recently have rediscovered it. And the mood of it just feels perfect for this time of year and this occasion. It came out in March 2021. 1. Faltering ibises nude the night sky into morning. I told you so long ago. Those moments drift across the screen, moths trying to get in. But ibises, scarlet as your head, inside the throb of knowing, that insatiable lust. Peace, peace, you whisper, but I know better. There is a measure in whose hands all things are processes afresh, even the marble statue of our mother. 2. Sanity often forbids, spells things a different way. Spell things a different way and see who they really are. I heard you in my sleep, ringing the changes, cartwheels on a dusty road, sudden squeak of heaven, by which the old Germanic meant the sky before the Christians told them who lives up there, and we try to believe, but I suspect the God's right here. 3. Amorous anticipation, hopeful hands outstretched, habit of receiving grace before breakfast, pale, crisp matzah on a dusty plate. 4. Because everywhere is anywhere again, that's smarter than it seems, a nest of robins snug in the crutch of that tree, even winter almost hear them sing. Time came with me to the fountains. I watched the mermaids pose for their painters, sheets of silver wrapped around their legs to do the fishtail look, but I know better. Time unwraps all doubts and unwraps what we have seen into what is really there. 5. That sounds smart, the way the obvious always does when it's stuck in your pocket and you sit on it. The ouch of truth often comes out as a prayer. Bless me, Father, because I have sinned. 6. October, the sweep of color news me like those birds. Saw them in Egypt, on the sea, in the Paris Zoo, scarlet as your skin, brushing a cold tile wall, as your eyelids when you turn closed eyes at the sun. We are not the only ones who write on leaves. 7. Egregious, out of place, out of the herd, standing out, making the clatter of difference, the noise of newing. You know who I mean. I'm looking right at you. Get back in line. There is no line, no ticket booth it leads to, no counter laden with all we desire. Sorry. No counter laden with all we desire. Sorry, boss. I'm just standing here. 8. Is it time to call them home, those ancient birds so long in the sky? Their color must be weary by now, even though their wings are made of light. Shall we call them home, spread out the sea around our houses, set a placid lagoon in every bedroom, whistle softly at the top of the stairs close as we can, get to heaven? 9. Let it remember me too, not all the work of Nemesine be left for my tools, where are other awls and chisels in the park. Pick one up and get to work. Remember the birds for me and what they mean to you. Delicate, awkward on legs, magnificent aloft, color of purest desire. I want to fold my wings and sleep. 10. So that in dream one may endlessly arrive, birds in their seasons, soaring out of the Nile Delta, the coast of Africa, all the places you can name, each one interviewed by birds, inspected, educated, blessed, or so it seems to us, who sleep on beds of artifice and leave the gentle marshes to the birds. And I want, if you'll bear with me, to read a poem for Robert. The Day After Your Birthday, for Robert Kelly. They always say it's a letdown, but they don't know your secret, that the day after is best. The apex of a symphony may carry you, exalted, into a strange territory of thunder and showers of emotional rain. But isn't it better when it goes all quiet and the birds resume their conversation in the yard and there's a wobbly pool of light on the floor unexpectedly? Sure, Grand Central Station is thrilling, with grand spaces and grand staircases and that out-of-the-world blue-green sky. But isn't Rhinecliff Station where we like to return? Creaky and dusty, small and empty, and the sound of lapping water. Things are rinsed in magic and come to their new selves after tears and incredible laughter, like washing your face at the sink the day after, an ordinary soap that smells like almond and water and a dry towel are so good. You ate chocolate cake with chantilly cream as a guest at a party yesterday, marveling at surprise sensations in this old world you've tasted every day. Now you leave the dark and go into the kitchen and look at the green leaves and light and drink the usual black coffee and eat our daily miraculous bread. Thank you.